Could CeeDee Lamb be a member of the Kansas City Chiefs? We'll talk about a brand new trade rumor on the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver coming up on this edition of the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. Before we get any further in today's show, we got a goal here on the channel. We're trying to reach 56,000 subscribers before the first preseason game coming up tomorrow night. We are just over 360 away from reaching that next milestone. If you want to be a part of our watch party tomorrow night, as well as our daily news and rumors, breaking news, Q&A mailbags, and more, you got to subscribe to the Chiefs Report. Lock us in for free for daily Kansas City Chiefs coverage you won't find anywhere else. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV to subscribe now for free. You'll be glad you did, and we'll get started with today's show. CeeDee to KC. FanDuel put out a proposal of a trade to send the Dallas Cowboys star wide receiver to the Kansas City Chiefs. And this comes on the heels of the contract negotiations, the holdout between CeeDee Lamb and the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones yesterday was asked about the contract talks with CeeDee Lamb, and he said, "I don't have any urgency to get it done." To which CeeDee quote tweeted and responded and said LOL, which was then retweeted by Micah Parsons and heard all around the world in the National Football League, is now with the Brandon Ayuk situation going on and the ongoing trade rumors there. Now things are starting to pick up. Is CeeDee Lamb's time in Dallas starting to come to an end? So FanDuel puts out this trade idea. They propose that the Chiefs give up Rashee Rice, a 2025 first-round pick, and a 2026 first-round pick in exchange for CeeDee Lamb. And then the question that FanDuel asked, along with this trade idea, was, who says no? You know who says no? I say no. No way. Hell no. Should the Kansas City Chiefs consider trading this much for CeeDee Lamb? And I have a few reasons why the Chiefs should not give up all of that for CeeDee Lamb. Number one, I have no interest in giving up not one, but two first-round picks. We've seen Brett Veach's track record when it comes to what he's done at scouting players and finding guys through the draft. He's been as good as anybody at drafting over the years, and I'm not interested in getting rid of that draft capital. Despite the Chiefs picking at the end of the first round about every year at this point, they're still finding top talent in those spots. I'm not giving up this upcoming year's first-round pick and next year's first-round pick to make it happen. Number two, I'm not done with Rashee Rice. I know that he's had an eventful offseason and that he's likely to face suspension, and there's some concerns about his character and whether he should be on this Chiefs team in the long term. But for now, I'm not ready to give up on Rashee Rice just yet after what I thought was a very impressive rookie season. Number two, I'm not looking to pay CeeDee Lamb $35+ million. We'll go over the numbers here in just a second of the wide receiver market, but it's getting out of control, folks. And you look at what the Chiefs have done with an average to below average receiving core the last couple of seasons. With not paying Tyreek Hill, they've done just fine without paying top wide receiver talent and still won Super Bowls without that wide receiver talent involved. So for me, I'm not really interested in going that route with CeeDee Lamb when we've seen what they've done as of late. And then number four, just looking out for Rashee Rice, the idea of him living full-time in Dallas is probably a bad idea for Rashee Rice, if we're going to be honest here. As somebody that lives in the city of Dallas, if Rashee Rice is moving back to Dallas full-time, I will be parking my car in the garage and keeping it there if that was the case. So for Rashee Rice's benefit, maybe don't let him go to Dallas full-time. Now, there's another idea that's being floated out there. If you were to have CeeDee Lamb in Kansas City, it would be a reunion between him and Hollywood Brown, who were teammates at the University of Oklahoma. And since these trade rumors have started to pile up of sorts, you may have noticed a change in the header photos on each of their social medias. On Twitter, Hollywood Brown just all of a sudden decided to go with a header of him and CeeDee Lamb together from the Orange Bowl when they were playing with Kyler Murray there at Oklahoma. And then CeeDee Lamb decided to do the same thing. So maybe they want a reunion with each other to come to Kansas City. But at that price tag, that's a no from me, dog. We'll explain more here in a moment. Let's hear from you guys first. Should the Chiefs trade for CeeDee Lamb? Type T for trade, P for pass. Weigh in the comments section on our pinned comment today and let us know what you think. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time. Game Time, the place to go for last-minute tickets, the best seats and the lowest prices guaranteed. Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to first pitch. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. Save up to 60% off buying last-minute for sports, concerts, comedy shows, theater productions, and more. Here's how it works. You choose the game you want to go to, whether it's a Chiefs preseason game or if you want to go to a Kansas City Royals game, maybe Sporting KC, the KC Current, all sorts of different options for you. Choose the event you want to go to. You choose your seat. Get the visual. See if you like that seat or not. And then, boom, just like that, you are checking out with Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, all major credit card providers. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code ChatSports for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. When you look at CeeDee Lamb, he has been one of the best receivers in the National Football League, belongs in the conversation right up there with Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase and company. He has been terrific, and he's right in the thick of the prime of his career for the former first-round pick out of OU. A three-time Pro Bowler, 3 straight from 2021 to 2023, was a first-team All-Pro selection last season, also led the NFL in receptions as well. So if you were to get CeeDee Lamb right now, you would be getting him at the very peak in his prime years of his career right now. Now, I say all this to say, none of us are sitting here denying how good CeeDee Lamb is. This is not a situation where we are saying we don't want to trade for CeeDee Lamb because he's not good enough. Far from it. I am a big CeeDee Lamb fan, been a fan of his since he was at OU. But it's what we're talking about, what FanDuel proposed, of the assets of the 2 first-round picks and then the money. The money it would take to pay a guy like CeeDee Lamb. We mentioned the range of the fact that he's looking for $33 to $35 million in that range. But look at the guaranteed money that these receivers are getting right now. Justin Jefferson, $110 million. A.J. Brown, $84 million. D.J. Moore, $82.6 million. And the Chiefs already have money tied up to Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Chris Jones, and they're still trying to find ways to pay guys like Creed Humphrey and Trent McDuffie and Nick Bolton and Trey Smith and others here on a team that's already won multiple championships. You look at CeeDee Lamb's stats, and it's been off the charts. The guy's been phenomenal. Last season, 135 catches, over 1,700 yards, 12 touchdowns, 13 yards of reception. He's been very, very good. Now let's bring Rashee Rice back into the conversation for a moment because he's the player that you give up in this trade. And as much as I like Rashee Rice, and even with all the off-the-field shenanigans and everything, I still want him on my team. Rice will likely never be CeeDee Lamb, but that's okay. The production difference, though, between these two, I've seen enough from Rashee Rice out of his first year where I can confidently say to myself, this guy's going to be a good receiver for many years to come. Is he CeeDee Lamb? Certainly not. I mean, if we're just being honest with you, he probably will never be as good as CeeDee Lamb is. But I've seen enough from Rashee Rice. And then where the wide receiver room is headed for Kansas City, when you bring in Hollywood Brown, when you bring in Xavier Worthy, along with still having Travis Kelce and, I love the addition of Jared Wiley and everything, where I feel confident in this receiver room going forward. This is the best receivers that Mahomes has had to work with in quite some time in Kansas City. So for me, I'm sitting here saying to myself, let's just roll with what we got. Let's see what this team has, what they can bring to the table. And then, if for whatever reason, if there's an injury that pops up, if somebody's underperforming, then maybe we can have a discussion where the Chiefs make a play for a big-time wide receiver closer to the trade deadline. But at least for right now, this is not a concern for me. I'm feeling very confident in where the Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver room is headed towards 2024. Who's going to be the best receiver for the Chiefs this year? Is it going to be Hollywood Brown? Is it going to be Rashee Rice? Or will it be Xavier Worthy? Let us know in the comment section. Type MB for Marquise Brown. Type RR for Rashee Rice. Type XW for Xavier Worthy. Chime in and let us know what you think. Subscribe now to the Chiefs Report. We will be live tomorrow night for our Chiefs preseason watch party against the Jags. Don't miss it. We'll see you then. Subscribe now for free. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV, and we'll see you next time.